Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Zone. Now, before we technically begin this saga of Quickie, the Jessica Quinn saga, I want to show you guys something very, very interesting. You see this right here. Technically, we're going to do the Jessica Quinn saga first, then we'll move on to Doopy Do-Over. But look at how little we've got left to do. We could get all of Chris's sagas done by the end of tonight. But as usual, I'm going to spend 30 minutes talking about Jessica, then take a break, and then we'll return to it, because this is going to be another pretty long one as it is. And I've learned my lesson from some previous videos where I'll only talk about the actually necessary parts to this entire saga. So let's start, shall we? Jessica Quinn was a white knight turned troll. Only Chris has the power of turning somebody in his defense completely against him. Turned troll, who played a role of being Chris's sweetheart from the 7th of September until the 5th of October. Didn't even last a whole month. The pair experienced a brief breakup on the 26th of September 2017, after Chris used a sock puppet account to follow women he had blocked him on Twitter. Good job, Chris, the one woman you found who could have been a potential relationship, and you do something like this. Subsequently, she broke up with Chris a second time on the 5th of October 2017, possibly for good at this point, after claiming that Chris, having collaborated with Kiwi Farms to make a Q&A video, had caused her Facebook account to be hacked by trolls. Good job, Chris. Well done for not learning to keep things on a low profile. She had been friends with Chris on Facebook since 2015, until the second breakup. Afterwards, she tried to get back on his good side in an apparent attempt to troll him again, but was thwarted by the Idea Guys, who were in the midst of wreaking their own havoc on Chris's psyche at the time, and drove a wedge between her and Chris. So, let's get started. Identity. Reasonable doubt has been cast on Quin's true identity. It is all but confirmed that Quinn is not her real surname, and that the account is at most a secondary one. So Quinn doing the bare thing here and making sure that she keeps her real identity as removed from this one as she can. Quinn's Facebook profile states that she lives in Orange, Virginia. I was about to say Orange County there for a second. A 25-minute drive from Chris's location in Ruckersville. However, a public records search has not turned up anyone with her name living there. Furthermore, her Facebook friends are generally in other cities or countries. The name Quinn may be an alias, a reference to DC Comics' Harley Quinn, character of which Jessica has mentioned being a fan. In a Facebook comment from the 23rd of September 2017, Quinn posted an image of a private conversation between herself and Chris, to provide context for why she called him adorable. Chris is shown messaging Quinn, Jessica, insert last name here, I love you. Quinn might have declined to give Chris her real last name to prevent him looking up her and discovering her lies. On the 5th of October, after their second breakup, Chris revealed a conversation he had had with her accumulated in the breakup. In it, she mentions that her real Facebook had been hacked, casting doubt on her entire identity, and making it likely that Chris is oblivious of her actual name and Facebook account. In addition, due to the fact that she had only been using this account instead of her real one to converse with Chris, it is likely that she was never serious about their relationship. The same day, an anonymous person from 4chan texted Chris, cut off, meaning that she was not communicating with you on her real page. Even if it was hacked, she's just using it as an excuse to end things. She's just like the rest. I had already known she had one profile for her personal and business life, and the other for socializing. Plus, she sent me a lot of selfies. These you would never find anywhere online. Also, how did you get that screen cap of when she said all that? Scratch that question, I forgot I had posted that cap. Quinn's photos not being available on reserve image searches is not an indicator of how real she could be. Not every image on the internet will turn up in someone's searches, due to many sites using robots.txt to block search engines. It is speculated that the troll running the Jessica Quinn account could have found camgirl pictures somewhere on the internet where reverse image searches would not be effective, in a similar method previous sweethearts like Jackie used. On the 18th of October 2017, he posted an image to Twitter thanking everyone who donated to his Patreon, with a special mention to Jessica, striking out her last name. An honourable mention to Miss Jessica for her continued support that helped me push out more pages in a week than before. Because apparently the only way to, gain any sort of, to encourage Chris to do anything is to throw China into his lap and he will suck it all up. Before Chris. Jessica's profile on Facebook before she added Chris makes her out to be very similar to him in character. Some people think she may have been a cam girl based on the risque photos she would post and her constant whining about guys throwing themselves at her. One thing that may have attracted her to him is that the fact that they are, in their own words, world famous, and she have wanted to be more well known by riding on his infamy. That's how I've noticed a lot of these have turned up. Let's see. Okay, Facebook friends. Chris and Jessica became Facebook friends on the 2nd of July 2015. According to Jessica, she was unaware of Chris's existence for some time prior, before reaching out to him. Initially, Jessica was known for her frequent comments on Chris's Facebook statuses, attempting to offer him life advice which he rarely, if ever, followed. I'm going to assume he never did this. Quinn was friends with Chris on Facebook during the self-inflicted taint wound episode, when she expressed her discomfort upon seeing Chris publicly share an image of his sliced open taint. Yeah, that would, I'm going to assume it was not just Jessica who pointed that this was particularly gross. Relationship with Kiwi Farms. There is evidence which suggests she lurks on the Kiwi Farms troll forum. In April 2016, a Kiwi Farms user commented on Chris's exclaiming, "Totes swag," in a status update, saying, "We should introduce Chris to Urban Dictionary or other sources of help lingo the kids are using nowadays. I want to start calling everything hella." The next day, Quinn commented on Chris's update with, "That's hella cool." In September 2017, after Kiwi Farms user Moonman's Son leaked a private conversation between himself and Quinn, she messaged him once more, addressing him with his username on the forums and saying that she was done talking to him. There was an account created on the forum under the same name, but it was subsequently edited, with the username changed and every post deleted by moderators. Good for them. As a sweetheart. On the 7th of September 2017, a few hours after Chris had complained about being depressed over still being single, Quinn commented, "We need to talk." Later that day, she posted on her Facebook, "Things changed," followed by Jessica Quinn is with Christine Weston Chandler. Oh boy. Subsequently, updating her relationship status to "It's been complicated with Christine Weston Chandler." Chris also updated his statuses to "It's being complicated with Jessica Quinn." A commentator asked Quinn if she and Chris were a couple, to which she answered, "We're testing the waters." Exactly. On the 8th of September, Chris released a video in which he claimed that he had started a relationship with Jessica. Also on the 8th, Chris sent out a tweet asking trolls to respect their relationship. In the same tweet, he tagged Quinn's Facebook account. On the 9th of September, Chris posted that Jessica Quinn equals lovely weather, my prediction came true. He also drew a picture of her. One wonders what will happen should this relationship deteriorate. Based on their Facebook interaction on the 10th of September 2017, Chris appears to be less than enthusiastic about finally getting his sweetheart. Jessica seems to be a bit controlling over him, having gotten passive-aggressive about him posting that he likes a voice actress's voice, replying, "I'm not upset, just remember, you're mine." Oh, that's hard. Yikes. Along with a photo of her with popped eyes and a generally insane-looking visage, Chris immediately jumped to the defensive and made excuses, signifying that this jealousy may be a regular occurrence. According to Quinn, they plan to meet up on the 6th of October 2017. It is speculated that the date was chosen to coincide with the premiere of a My Little Pony movie. On the 16th of September, Chris drew another picture of Quinn, saying that she would appear in the Solitude comic. The following day, he drew Quinn as a My Little Pony OC named Diamond Melody. Second thing for right now, my sweetheart and I have both have an MLP OC. We are shipped for real. I'm getting the ball rolling with this fresh piece of the two of us. I would like to see us in other lovingly done art styles. I have seen a lot of MLP ship art that is just amazing. I'm a unicorn with levitation and other powers. She's a Pegasus. Please, bronies and Pegasisters, make us look as great as you all can. So just asking people to make fan art of two locals. Okay, Quinn responded to this. This is so sweet. Thank you for including me, hun. I absolutely love it. This woman is obviously trolling. This cannot be real. In October 2017, Chris invited Quinn to attend an MLP party, one intended for children. Oh, Jesus. With him on the 7th, which she accepted. Oh, boy. Advice for Chris. Since becoming a sweetheart, Jessica has dispensed valuable advice to Chris on topics such as how to handle the trolls. Whether or not Chris generally used them, I guess it's only up for interpretation. Defending Chris. On many occasions, Jessica has defended Chris against criticism on social media. On the 11th of September 2017, Chris tweeted an image of text written by Quinn as a Facebook comment 3 days earlier, to Vim Homeless, in the hopes that Doopy and the rest of the Planet Dolan crew would somehow change their opinions of him. This is probably unlikely, and we'll probably do that next time. There was nothing serious going on between Christian and Doopy. She's upset that people blew things out of proportion and assisted in ruining nothing more than a relationship with a fellow artist that she would realistically never meet in real life. She isn't hung up on someone she's never met. I don't know. I don't think I would say that. Because Chris blatantly is. After Chris revealed his new diet involving soy sauce and prunes, Quinn dissuaded Kim Wilson from giving useful health advice to Chris, arguing that he should not be discouraged from trying it, as she's a big girl and can make these decisions on her own. Fat fetishism. Many of Quinn's Facebook likes indicate that she has a fat fetish. Oh. She appeared to be influencing Chris with it. While Jessica was his sweetheart, Chris drew a storyline for Solitude number 12, in which Rosechew gets fat. In his Q&A video and on Facebook, he confirmed that the storyline was influenced by Quinn. After their second breakup, Chris made a bizarre series of posts on Facebook that revealed the extent to which he was influenced by this fetish. Quinn encouraged Chris on this method for growing larger breasts, which consists of flavouring his already sodium-enriched food with soy sauce. That is going to make someone so sick. The extra sodium simply adds water weight to a person's figure, giving the appearance of being fatter. She was also allegedly turned on by pictures of Layla being fed. A screen cap of Quinn's liked pages on Facebook. Okay, let's just take a look at this very quickly. Doors feline. Oh god. Okay, I think I've just about seen enough already. Jesus Christ. The first breakup. On the 26th of September, Quinn broke up with Chris, changing her Facebook profile to say that she was single. Chris changed his to It's Complicated, dropping Quinn's name. Chris posted on his timeline. Why did I lie to protect from a truth? Why did I sneak to hide from the bullies? Not worth it when your hearts are on the line. He then photographed and filmed himself crying, uploading the video in place of his Facebook display picture. In it, he whines. And actually, we'll tell you what, this video would once again be used for the same purpose during their second breakup. And just watch this. Just watch Chris's eyes in this video.
Jessica, I'm so sorry.
He's saying he's sorry, but he doesn't exactly explain what he's sorry for. And also, just watch his eyes at the beginning. He just needed to make sure that he was recording. So, yeah, glad we needed to show you that. Quinn commented, "You lied because you thought you could get away with it. You can't blame bullies on anyone else but yourself for this. I trusted you, angry face." Chris's new profile image of him crying. Quinn being confronted by others for the breakup. John Hayes says, "I can trust you and help you out. I'm all set. My patience from this is exhausted." So true, Jessica, blah, 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 blah. More things. There's two sides to every story, and then there's my screenshots. True, probably. And Quinn is very obviously mad. And we'll see whether or not... well, clearly we know this didn't she wasn't mad for long since they got back together, which we will see in part 2 of this video. So that was the end of part 1, and we'll be back after the break. Right, where were we? Okay, so it is now just gone 12 o'clock, and we are now ready to resume part numero 2 of the Jessica Quinn saga, where they have just got back together. Ooh, thumbs up, friend. Back together. Ooh, weirdo girlfriend, free boyfriend, friend. 5 hours later, Chris and Quinn each exchange their relationship statuses back to "it's been complicated" with each other. Chris then linked to Lazy Cast episode 10, a podcast series with Doopy Doo-Over as a member, and claimed that he would no longer watch it, to which Quinn approved. With due respect, this one was the last at Lazy podcast I'll hear. Cutting my ties. I'm sorry for unsubscribing. Thank you. You made the right choice. Later, Chris unfollowed Doopy and No Wacky from his Twice-Bar-licious sock puppet account and LazyCast from his Patreon. It can be assumed that Quinn temporarily broke up with Chris because he had continued to creep on voice actresses over Twitter, using the Twice-Bar-licious sock puppet account. Quinn claiming to have screenshots of something, saying, "It's someone who has been very clearly lying to me." And Chris and Quinn's commentary after getting back together suggests this to be the case. Second breakup. That didn't take long at all. On the 5th of October, so we went from, what was the date of their first breakup? Like, what was the day of the first breakup? 26, so about 11 days or so later this happened. Not even 2 weeks. On the 5th of October 2017, Quinn broke up with Chris again after claiming trolls from the Kiwi Farms forum hacked into her main Facebook account. This was allegedly as a direct result of Chris making his Kiwi Farms Q&A video. Jessica then deactivated her Facebook page, to which Chris made 2 videos in response. The first, he pleaded with Jessica to text him and explain what had happened, giving out his phone number. And out of the fear of, doxing Chris, I am not going to do that. The second, directed to the trolls he believes to be responsible for the breakup, is largely an angry-fueled tirade. In addition, a post was made on the forums in which Chris angrily lambasts the same trolls. Unbeknownst to him, members of the farms were not responsible for the hack, and evidence is lacking to show that the hack did in fact actually happen. Subsequently, Quinn's account was briefly reactivated in order for her to explain her reasons for ending the relationship, before being deleted once again. Chris's relationship status on Facebook remains "it's complicated." Chris later posted a conversation between him and Quinn shortly after the breakup, showing that Quinn had instructed him not to interact with the farms, in the fear that the trolls would in the process be given an open invite to ruin their lives, and affect her reputation personally and professionally. He captioned the image, "You have the rest of your life to think about it. Goodbye, Jessica." He revealed that he thought he could trust the trolls in a post. You think you can trust some people, but after some time has passed, and they're forgiven, but then they backstab you again. Upon receiving consolation by Kim Wilson, Chris lashed out against her in a series of Facebook comments. That's some way of apology, isn't it? Chris then went to his mother for consolation, posting her response. Jessica Quinn, if you read this message from my mother, Barbara Ann Weston Chandler, she offers this wisdom unto you. Things can be fixed, but broken hearts suffer. Please consider Christine another chance. Fat chance of that. I actually thought she was going to say something on the lines of, go fuck yourself, Jessica Quinn. In his typical fashion, William Elliot Waterman made a completely irrelevant comment on a plush toy in the background. Look at that Pikachu. I used to have one of those. This was produced by even more Facebook rants. When your heart gets broken, you feel like you only have 24 hours to live, more than that to live for. Past the assertive phase, now I am in the aggressive phase. I want to beat a friggin' internet troll up. More acts of violence he's trying to tell people. Okay. Chris then linked a video. J. Giles band centerfold with the caption, I am the infamous centerfold that every stalker follows. So intimidating to everyone. Nobody wants to be around me because of those bloody fans of mine. Ugh. He then added on in another post, to add to my previous post, this is celebrity infamy discrimination. Chris is not a celebrity. Okay. Finally, before retiring for the night, he changed his profile picture to the same one he used during the first breakup. Bob reacts to the breakup. Just friends. The next day, on the 6th of October, a Ween made a fake Jessica profile emerged, shared Chris's profile video and commented, I'm so sorry Chris, I'll take you back. After the post was discussed on Kiwi Farms, Jessica Quinn reactivated her Facebook profile in order to issue a response. She then removed most of the content from it, possibly for the narrative of damage control from the hack. Her status was changed to single, however. Chris then posted, how am I feeling right now? Yep, I'm window staring into the cosmos and praying, pondering my heart, and shows a picture of Twilight Sparkle. Okay. Quinn replied, Christine, I'm sorry for all the madness this has caused. I want you to know that I do care about you, which is why I reached out to you earlier through Messenger. Anyone like that person who posted under a fake account earlier is just trying to further mess this up. You know how to reach me, and I'll be leaving this account up solely for you if you need to talk. I'm still here for you as a friend, but I don't know how to deal with all of this. Not long after the above comment, the fake account said, I know I said we'd just be friends, but I changed my mind, Chris. I like to be your girl again. The real Quinn deactivated her account again shortly after. The fake one also followed suit. She's missing out. It was probably for the best that Quinn made the right move to, pull out of this. Literally. The next day, Chris visited an ice cream joint in town, posting incriminately ridiculous pictures of the food, his own stomach, and panels of solitude while whining that Quinn was missing out on all that he had. Interestingly, Chris points out that Quinn was turned on by his drawings of an obese Rosechew. Also notable is the fact that the unicorn cosplay was donned once again by Chris on his day out. Likely in a bid to relive good memories of days past. Diabetes in a cup. Well, I don't know, if this had any more amounts of fruits than just strawberries, then perhaps. The first post was of a photo showing a cup of ice cream, topped with gummies, strawberries, cream, and chocolate sprinkles. Tell you what, she's missing out. We could have shared this. He described his meal as good, like a fruity top with chocolate sandwiched between strawberry tart, kiwi flavoured, and birthday cake on the bottom. Chris then posted two bizarre panels of his comic showing Sonichu feeding Rosechew, who ballooned to a size rivaling that of Bob. This post is notable for being the first direct confirmation of Quin's feeder fetish. Right, nobody needs to see that, or this one, and I've covered this one before in the health articles. And now I am having all this to myself. She could have fed me. She could have watched my belly grow. For her telling like Kip enjoys for herself in her awesome and fun stories, Breakfast with Sister, and No Lunch Break. Really good and funny. We shared that, Jesse and I. Another shot of Sonichu was posted, the time of Layla being fed by punchy Sonichu. The panels show originate from Sonichu number 9, and Quinn was allegedly aroused by it. I doubt that. If this is true, it would mean that on top of having a feeder fetish, she is also a furry. She was turned on with this form Sonichu number 9. I like the couple sharing idea. Chris then decided to broadcast his enormous girth to the world, commenting, "This right here was all hers." The final photo of the series was one of Chris himself with his palm on his forehead, captioned, "This brain freeze right here is on her consciousness." Yeah, unfortunately, if you want to call somebody wearing this having a consciousness or just not looking, completely fucking ridiculous, is also completely valid. Especially for somebody who was in their mid-30s. All posts, except for the last, were accompanied with "feeling discorded." Chris removed all the feeder posts from his Facebook timeline a while later. Well, thank God for that. Screenshots of Chris's posts. I think we can see these. I wish I hadn't now, but there you go. He then took to Twitter, as he always does. "Waiting for my friends to watch the MLP movie with. My girlfriend is unsurprisingly absent. She broke up with me because of my fan base." Not quite over her. On the 12th of October 2017, Chris posted on Twitter and Facebook, "I miss her, feeling melancholy." It was initially unclear who he missed, seeing as how he was still talking doopy and had recently tried contacting Megan. A day later, he clarified who he meant by posting, "I miss my sweetheart. You bullying people scared her off. Nightstar and Diamond Melody are still a couple. Should anyone's fanbase have to be intimidating about that person to anyone else? Is my fanbase that god-awful? God help us. By the way, please do not message me pretending to be her. I will not respond. I am not falling for it, feeling melancholy." Later he said, "Ugh, now I'm jealous of @PewDiePie. He met his sweetheart through Facebook, talked a long while, and then met up. Unlike my sweetie's feelings about my fanbase, his sweetie was not intimidated by his fanbase. Ugh." Well, it was probably because, probably because, PewDiePie is nothing like Chris, and Chris is nothing like PewDiePie. It's not really, I don't have time to go over why, but you probably already know what the deal was. Just had to wipe my nose there. On the 15th of October, "I miss Jessica. You trolls scared her off by hacking or reporting her Facebook. You uncouth cads." On the 16th of October, "Realize something. If she was a troll, then everything we had talked about and shared about would have been leaked by now. Ha. Dunk that into pickle brine and eat it." A Ween questioned how he would known about any leaks. "What if we leaked it without informing you? You have no leads." Chris retorted, "I would have found something on Kiwi. Guess what? I haven't. Ha." Unfortunately, this means Chris has learned, as always, nothing. Not realizing an online girlfriend is a troll, blaming other people for his misfortunes, and thinking that fictional characters exist in another dimension. Moving on. On the 18th of October 2017, Chris posted on Twitter, proving he may be getting over their breakup. "She ditched me from Facebook. Haven't seen her account reactivated in over a week. I'm slowly moving on." A day later, he reposted, "On a final note, someone who isn't prepared for my trolls might not be right for me, and it's for the best she left if it wasn't right for her. And I do not need a significant other to define myself." That's the first time he's ever said that, but based on what I think he's going to say in a minute, he's going to be backtracking again, for sure. "I am fully capable of being happy with and for myself." Not everyone agrees with that. I don't even think Chris really agrees with that. However, this may be a case of Chris simply saying that he thinks everyone wants him to say, but time will tell if he goes back to focusing on his love quest. Brief return. On the 8th of November 2017, Quin's original Facebook account was reactivated, and she commented on Chris's Hyperdimension Neptunia post. What? A screenshot of a conversation between Chris and Quin was uncovered. Cut off, letting me know it is you, with a fresh selfie and a piece of paper with today's date written on it sent via text, not Facebook Messenger, and you and I must meet up in person ASAP. And I will not re-update my relationship status on Facebook before we have met in person. I'll consider re-updating it only after. Also, you may want to consider this if, Jessica even wants to be in a relationship with you. Wow, okay, Christine, I'm just reaching out in friendship. I agree with you that you said a little while ago, and you're right. I don't think I can handle the drama and trolls that follow you. I'm proud, however, that you've realized you can find happiness within yourself, though. Chris then says, well, I thought you want to try again after a relationship, but it's cool, just friends, alright. I'm glad you're feeling better. Didn't quite work out the way he wanted to there. Versus the Idea Guys. In December 2017, the status quo briefly returned to Quin being a regular commentator on Facebook updates. However, around that time, Chris discussed the situation with Quin to the first Idea Guy, Joshua Wise, who at the time was in the midst of tightening his grip around Chris, wanting to verify whether Quin was in fact a troll or not. To that end, Chris sent Wise nudes of Quin, as well as a nude of Jackie to analyze, and he confirmed that they were trolls, with Quin being a villain named Arthur from Hyperdimension Neptunia, and Chris fucking believed it. Chris thinks I have Sailor Mercury's special computer to analyze pics he sends. He sent me nudes of Jessica to analyze too. She has a nice ass. Idea Guy. This is meant to be Arthur from Hyperdimension Neptunia, and Chris believes this is to be a real person. I mean, yes, he thinks it to be Jessica Quinn, but also that Arthur was a different person entirely as well. What in the world is wrong with some people? Chris gave Wise his Facebook login credentials, because of course he did, and permitted him to talk to Quinn in his place, so he didn't have to. Wise, as Chris, flirted with Quinn, made Chris sound fatter, and Quinn sent more nudes in response, possibly hoping for another shot at trolling Chris. Chris thinks Quinn is trying to hurt him again. I don't know. The moment I told Quinn I put on a few extra pounds, I asked her to show me what it would look like if she sat on my face. She took off her pants and took a pic of her ass. By the Idea Guy. We're getting very, very close to also covering the Idea Guy saga as well, because there was some really fucked up stuff going on there as well, and I'm going to warn you guys in advance. As a result of the Idea Guy's influence, Chris was more terse when replying to Quinn on public Facebook updates. Quinn reacted with making wisecracks about him. Ultimately, Quinn was unable to get back on good terms with Chris, and subsequently deactivated her account once again. Another attempted return. On the 18th of May 2018, Quinn again tried to add Chris back on Facebook. However, as he was especially wary of trolls at the time, Chris refused it, on the basis that she is a troll, and told her to add Mitch Fox instead. Throwing in the towel. At some point between the 18th of May and 11th of July 2018, Quinn gave up on trying to troll Chris. The captain reported, "They did eventually out herself by linking Chris to the name of the person they were stealing their photos from. I'm not sure who was behind Jessica Quinn, but we do have the entirety of the chat he had with her, including fat fetish photos and some nudes of Quinn herself. The last couple of messages they sent to Chris was along the lines of, 'Sorry, he is the real go in Massachusetts,' along with a link to the Instagram." Goodness knows if she's going to start getting, spammed reports for something that was not the real person or whoever these photos belong to. Lucas's cover-up attempt. In January 2019, after being doxxed on Kiwi Farms for being a member of the Teen Troon Squad, Lucas tried to use Jessica Quinn and Arthur as cover, claiming in a Cal post, I'm not even the one who started the merge thing. I just tricked my mom's sugar daddy into buying Chris's porn shit. Here's screenshots Chris sent me of texts from Jessica Quinn. Pretty sure she's the one. If this is even worth, I'm not even sure. Haha, that my task is complete. It's taken far longer than I originally anticipated, but the pieces in the place, blah blah blah. Your beloved Magic Chan was no exception, my dear. In fact, he was unknowingly my greatest asset. You know, I'm pretty sure that will just like come into play when we talk about the dimensional merge. Lucas tries to pose as her, whatever. We'll cover those more in detail when it comes to, like, let's say the Teen Troon Squad saga, because that's one that's going to mostly reference these sort of things. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the Jessica Quinn saga, in which it's relevant because it's sort of like now beginning to bridge the gap between Chris's once again never learning from his mistakes, but this is where we move into almost the latter half. Like, we're almost at the present day when it comes to these sagas, which is going to involve some people like Doopy Do-Over, the Idea Guys, the Teen Troon Squad, and eventually Jacob Sockness will get in this as well. And oh boy, we have got a lot to cover. And again, I feel the person whose photos were originally used, I think whoever that person is the real victim in all of this, because just stealing somebody's images is absolutely one thing, but it's when it's used like this is when people really do draw the line. And if what Chris said was true, that he could do without a girlfriend for the rest of his life and he could more focus on being happy by himself, well, you know what? If ever there was a better time right now than to demonstrate this, then he might want to stick to it. He might also want to have tried doing this a lot earlier, because nearly half of the people involved would not have been an issue for Chris if he actually learned anything from his mistakes. But lo and behold, he doesn't. I'm not angry at Chris. I'm just really disappointed. And unfortunately, as we're going to keep going, there are a lot of people who are really going to be caught in the shitstorm that's coming up, because this is where the dimensional merge almost completely alienates Chris's logic, his sense of reality from the rest of the world, possibly for the rest of his life, depending on how long this insanity really does decide to go on for. Because it's been going on for like nearly 3 whole years at this point, and it's only going to get worse. But that's completely for another video. So anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed the Jessica Quinn saga, courtesy of the Quickie. Please make sure to leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section down below. Let me know what you guys thought of the Jessica Quinzel saga, courtesy of the Quickie. And I hope to see all of you guys again in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye for now.